Hi, and welcome to Watchmen on the Pod. Today we're going to continue our reading in Heroes of the Bible, a devotional by Joshua Cooley. It's 90 days, and we're just plugging away day by day. Day 16. But before we get started with day 16, let's go battle plan day 15. Seek out someone who has mistreated you and do something kind to him or her. Not only will you please God, but you will also shock that person. All right, day 16. A true hero for God loves God, not worldly treasure. So, this is a new hero. The hint of who this hero is: the hero who led a nation out of slavery. All right. Well, if you guessed Moses, you are correct. Strolling past a hero's tale. Strolling past the Great Pyramid and the Sphinx, floating down the Nile River on a pleasure cruise, rolling through the capital of Thebes in a royal chariot, marveling at his princely riches and the wealthiest, most powerful nation in the ancient world. Wow, what a life. As a young boy, Moses might have done all this. Israel's first great leader actually grew up in Egypt's royal palace. At the time of Moses' birth, the reigning king, called the Pharaoh, had ordered the death of all Hebrew boys. So Moses' parents hid him in a floating basket on the Nile River. Pharaoh's daughter saw him among the reeds and adopted him. Moses grew up in Egyptian luxury, with every conceivable pleasure in the world at his fingertips. But instead of basking in a life of riches and fame, he chose to wander around the desert and endure countless difficulties with a group of complaining Israelites. Was he crazy? Message from headquarters. Don't store up treasures here on earth where moths eat them and rust destroys them, and where thieves break in and steal. Store your treasures in heaven, where moths and rust cannot destroy, and thieves do not break in and steal. Wherever your treasure is, there the desires of your heart will also be. Matthew 6:19 through 21. Decoding the message. No, Moses wasn't crazy. In fact, he was quite the opposite. Listen to what Hebrews 11:24 through 26 says. It was by faith that Moses, when he grew up, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. He chose to share the oppression of God's people instead of enjoying the fleeting pleasures of sin. He thought it was better to suffer for the sake of Christ than to own the treasures of Egypt. He was looking ahead to his great reward. Moses knew that all the piles of glittery gold in the Pharaoh's tombs were going to stay exactly where they were, in dusty, cobweb-filled burial chambers. Moses realized that you cannot take earthly riches when you die. We need to understand this too. True heroes for God know that money and earthly possessions will fade away. They understand that God created us to worship Him, not stuff. For those who treasure God above everything else, there is a reward that makes all the world's treasures look like a tiny piggy bank. It's a life spent in wonderful fellowship with God, both on earth and in heaven. Now that's true riches. Battle plan. Ask your parents to help you set up a tithing plan for church. Tithing means giving a portion of your money back to God. It's a great way to love God, not worldly treasure. And that, my friends, is day 16. And until tomorrow, we'll see you then.